Hey YouTube, family, soul tribe. So I was watching a fellow YouTuber. I'm laying here trying to recharge my energy. Been feeling real tired. Pregnancy, I'm in my 5th month. And then number 5 is funny because it's actually what part of what I wanted to get on here and talk about. Spirit was definitely calling me. I was watching a fellow YouTuber and they said something that I always say, and I just had to cut it off. I had to cut off the video where it was and get on here and make my own video and help inspire and put some information into my own soul tribe's brains, all right? Because when I started this channel, my intention, of course, was to do readings, but it was also to bring enlightenment and share downloads with you guys, things that I received from my highest self, the divine source energy, okay, my galactic council. So, where do I begin? Maybe I can begin with what he said that made me get off of his video and come on to doing my own. So he said, I seen lint on there, so it was bothering me. He said, seek and you shall find, ask and you shall receive. I say that all the time, and I feel like there is definitely a collective of us here, the light workers, the star beings, okay, that were sent here that are vibrating on the same frequency, saying the same things, because it's all coming from one divine source of energy. We are all on different paths, of course, but when he said that, I dropped my phone and I kind of got chills a little bit, because I'm just like, bruh, like I say that all the time. And he was saying that because he was talking about how, we have 144 chakras, which I knew, but most of y'all don't even know about the first 7 yet. And he was talking, and it's so true. And I want to get on here to help enlighten y'all about the 7 chakra system, your auric field, okay? Things of that nature. I want to stop withholding information. I don't even feel like I've been withholding. I just feel like, I've been loving the feedback and the interaction that I've been getting with the readings, that like I kind of put everything else on a back burner. But I really want to talk about sacred geometry and things that really matter that you guys need to know. I want to help guide y'all without you guys getting a reading from me. I want to help guide you so you can ascend, so your soul can ascend, okay? And speaking of 144 chakras, see, they're only really telling us about 7. And like I said, most of us don't even know that much about the 7 chakra system. And that's to keep us dumbed down. We are so powerful. There's no limit to what our bodies can do. There is no limit to what our physical vessel can do. Because ultimately, our soul, our spirit is encasing our soul. And our soul is limitless. The I am that I am. And he said that as well. And I remember in the beginning of my spiritual journey, I was writing, I am that I am. What do I always talk about? I don't know if I talk about it in the general readings here on my channel or not, but I always stress how important I am affirmations are, because nobody can say I am for you but you. Sacred geometry, they make it seem like money is what makes the world go round, when really it's sacred geometry, shapes, how important shapes are. If you tap into sacred geometry, that's why they don't teach this shit in school, to keep us boxed the fuck in so we don't reach our true potential. and I'm referring to the elites. The governments are just the governments in the world are just puppets. They're just puppets to the system of the elites, okay? To keep us dumbed down so we don't reach our true potential. We have become slaves to a system, cattle, and there's only a select few of us that are really like waking up. And everything, even if you think about it, sacred geometry, right, is all about shapes and even like certain crystal grids and things of that nature. Those are all to harness portals and to manifest and astral traveling, and it's all about your intention, of course. But everything is a shape. If you look around, everything is a shape, right? It literally, shapes literally create your reality. So it's the man that has made money to keep us boxed in, okay? I need and want you guys to take heed to this information, not take it lightly. I'm really hoping you guys will support these topics, okay? Like from my Pisces family. Hope you guys will come over and, support my other videos. But definitely needing to get into the chakras, okay? 7 chakras. There's 5 essential parts to your being. You've got your highest self. You've got the physical vessel. You've got the soul, the spirit. And hold on. Your highest self, the soul, the spirit, the physical. What am I missing? It's like supposed to equal 5. Highest self, soul, spirit, physical vessel, and your auric field. Even though your auric field has 7 layers to it. Basically what I'm saying, there's so much that encompasses you, okay? And the number 5 is very significant because there's 5 parts to you, okay? And one thing that I just recently learned, actually like not even a day ago, is more about your guardian angel. Your guardian angel is your highest self. There's so much. Even I was, until recently, I thought that, there's a guardian angel. Now we have angels that are assigned to us, but your guardian angel that they talk about in the Bible that is given to you and assigned to you at birth is your highest self guiding you. It's guiding really just the physical part of you, okay? Your soul registers with it. That's that intuition. That's your gut feeling. Something above you, your highest self is trying to help your lower self. And your soul, like I said, your spirit encompasses your soul. So it's 5, right? It's all made up of 5. And if you think about it, there's 5 elements, right? Earth, water, fire, air. Why am I struggling with this? Earth, air, fire, water. I'm having a brain fog moment. Hold on. Earth, air, fire, water. I know there's 5 elements. Now I look dumb. Anyways. No, that is true, right? Because the 5-pointed star, earth, air, fire, water. I know I'm not tripping. Because it's a 5-pointed star, and the 5-pointed star represents all of the elements. Why am I having trouble right now, you guys? Because that really is just 4. Earth, air, fire, water. Well, maybe it's 4 then. The 5th one was your highest self. So, but it is a 5-pointed star. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5. Basically, you guys know, try to put together what I'm saying. Oh, part of my crystal is coming off on my forehead. And it just came up on my shirt. This is lapis lazuli also on my forehead. But yeah, so understanding that you are an embodiment of all the elements, okay? Yeah. And also think about how 144, right? 144 chakras. So we hear a lot about the 144,000, right? Everything is numbers. It's almost like right now I could speak to you telepathically, like how I just had like that brain problem where my mouth couldn't form what I was trying and thinking and feeling and interpreting in my brain. It's because my brain is going at a faster rate than my mouth can keep up with. So if everybody on here was able to, or if I'm sitting with somebody and say I was on live and somebody tuned in and I was talking to them, we've been so dumbed down that we don't even know our own language yet. We all speak English here in America. You know what I'm saying? We didn't start off speaking English. No, we started off exactly like this with a little crystalline thing on our pineal gland, and we would talk telepathically. That's how we started out, because I can get a lot more information to you telepathically than I can through my throat and my voice. That's why it's important to work out your throat chakra. So I'm not going to go into the 144 chakras right now, because I want us to get a better understanding of the first 7 first, okay? And also, again, with the numbers, everything is numbers, right? 7 chakras, 7 days of the week, 7 layers to your aura. Everything is numbers. That's why when you're going through a spiritual awakening, you start seeing repeating of numbers. And mine have kind of actually graduated to, instead of seeing like 111, I'll see 1111, and an extra number is added to it. It gets longer and it also gets different. You might see different numbers. It may not be a continuation of the same number. You might see, sometimes I see 911, 611, 311. I see a lot of stuff with 11 with it. So yeah, everything is numbers because the universe can't speak English, right? Because we weren't put here knowing English. That was something that was taught to us. Just like we're not put here and we don't learn about sacred geometry and things that really matter. That's why psychology is an elective instead of a required class, because they want you to choose it for yourself instead of it being a required course, when something about the brain and how it functions should be something that is required. But see, that's again them not wanting us to fulfill our mission, our truest potential. But see, the barriers and the illusions is being broken through. So it's like more and more of us are waking up, because more and more people like myself are stepping out. And my shirt says, be kind to your mind. There's so many people that struggle with their mind, that struggle with, intrusive thoughts. And I know, because I was one of them. And sometimes I still have to talk myself out of them, because I'm reprogramming my brain. I have gotten to a point where negativity doesn't really own space in my mind anymore. took me a while to get there. Doing a full reprogramming of my brain. When one negative thought enters my mind, I dismiss it and replace it with the positive one. When bad things happen, like when some random person liquidates all of my funds in my account, all of my funds, I don't fret. I stress out in that moment because it catches you off guard, and it's like a natural instinct to be like, where the fuck is my money at? But after that, it's like, I'll get it. I'll be okay. I haven't gotten my taxes. It's fucking almost August. Still ain't got my taxes. But I'm not tripping off of it. It's all about how you react to things, okay? We need to also understand the ebb and flow of the universe and how there is a divine order. The universe cannot match your energy. Okay, the universe will match the energy that you withhold, the frequency that you vibrate, right? So if you're continuing, like I think Albert Einstein was the one that said, doing the same thing over and over again is literally the definition of insanity, right? Because you're not going to get anywhere doing the same thing. It's inevitable. Like, there's a universal law. What you put out, you get back, right? So if you're just sitting there doing nothing, the universe has nothing to match but what you're currently doing. So if you just do one thing, I promise you, if you just do one thing that is out of the ordinary, out of the norm, and you stick to that for a week. It takes 3 days to form a habit, but it also takes 21 days to really develop and form a true habit, and instill change. And that's why when I do like personal readings and I recommend certain things, like working with your chakras, if you can dedicate yourself to working with your chakras for 21 days, your life will change. And I am a living testimony that that has happened to me, for me. If you fast for 21 days, even if you fast for a week, that's what I'm saying. People don't understand. People are living in misery, and that's why being in touch with your highest self, your guardian angel, is so important. And opening up your crown chakra is so important. Or not opening it up, but balancing it and activating it and making sure that it's aligned is so important, because that's your connection directly to your highest self. We all get nudges from our highest self, but a lot of us go against what we feel, go against what we intuitively know, because we allow the flesh and our mind, because our minds aren't okay, our minds aren't in the state that they need to be. We're still harboring and holding on to past shit, past experiences. Like I always talk about our brains like computers. Our computers are like hard drive computers, PCs. They need to be cleaned out. They've got a lot of storage on them. The catch needs to be cleared, because we are reacting and responding based off of past experiences in the now. We're moving off the past. That's why they say too many people are living in the past, because new opportunities, you're faced with a new opportunity every day that you wake up to do something that you didn't do yesterday. It could be the smallest thing. But yet we're so caught in yesterday that we can't see that we're getting a new chance to alchemize and change our current state of being based on a new way of thinking and being. And it can be the slightest thing. That's why I tell my mom all the time, because my mom, she suffers from Lyme disease and rheumatoid arthritis. And instead of saying you're sick, say that you're healing. Words are so powerful. When you speak, molecules form and manifest, and they have to go somewhere. Like, look at it like the universe is like an echoing board that bounces back to you. You know, like that. Like when you yell and you're in like a condensed area and it echoes, like when you're in the bathroom, or like I said, a condensed area and you hear your echo. That's how the universe is. It echoes back to you. There's a ripple effect in the vibrational pattern that you put out into the universe. There's certain beings that vibrate on a higher frequency. There's people that vibrate on a lower frequency. That's why people that vibrate on a lower frequency, if you tap into it, you pick it up and you could tell, you know, who's vibrating at a lower frequency, and, you know, tell apart people. That's why you gotta, with the lower vibrational people, you gotta match them with your energy instead of matching them with their low energy, right? Because they feed off of that energy. A lower vibrational person is going to feed off of lower vibrational energies, lower vibrational reactions and responses. They're going to feed off that. They need that to live and thrive. So that's why you hit them with the complete opposite. That way they can't survive around you. That may seem kind of like brutal, but it's true. Because those type of individuals don't serve you anyway. And who knows that if you give them a glimpse of your energy, instead of allowing their lower vibrational energy to taint your vibrational energy, who knows that by you doing something that is against what they normally know and feed off of, that may just change their life or help them gain a new perspective, right? Because like I said, like attracts like. The universe is fluid. What you put out, it's like a mirror. It's like a reflection. We're all mirroring one another. That's why when I realized myself kind of giving into lower vibrational energy, whether it be going back and forth with my partner, just simple little arguments, you know, I take a step back and I consult with my highest self. Like, you know what? I breathe in through my nose, and conscious breathing is so important too. That's the air element, the soul, the spirit, breath, the breath of life. Being consciously aware of your breath is healing. You step away, you know what? It's not worth it. You're right. You got it. What's next? Anyways, move on to the next, right? Transmute that energy. But we also need to take the initiative to heal as well, because I did also learn that being love and light all the time, when you are around certain lower vibrational people, like family, people that you feel like you just can't seem to shake or get completely rid of, and you know you have to deal with them on certain occasions. Of course you need to set healthy boundaries, right? But people that you can't help but to be around or sometimes deal with, it's like, I lost what I was gonna say. No. Oh, I learned that being love and light all the time, it doesn't always work with those kind of people. Like, yes, but it doesn't always, it works for them, but it doesn't always work for you, because when you wind up being love and light all the time and you get in that pattern of just being love and light and you don't ever exert any, you know, vibrations that are releasing some form of, personally for me, I experienced being love and light all the time. There would be moments where maybe a month after being love and light, every single day, all the time, to every situation, I wound up exploding. That's why it's healthy to set boundaries. It's healthy to speak your mind, say what you need to say, wish everyone love and light, but be firm. I've never been a very passive person. I've never been passive aggressive. I've always been very confrontational. And that's why I tried to double back some and dabble into being love and light all the time, because I was a person that wasn't afraid of confrontation. I still am not afraid of confrontation, but it wasn't serving me in every case. Choosing your battles is also very important. And when you're tapped into your highest self, you're able to think from a higher perspective to better navigate this lower self, this physical vessel, this avatar that we are in right now. You have to decide whether you are going to be a god or a goddess. You have to decide whether you are a god or a goddess and know your worth. That is a big part of it. Seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive. The whole point of me getting on here was to talk about that, because that's why I got off one video of a fellow light worker and got on here to spread my own message, because it's so true. When you seek and find, when you seek, you will find. When you ask, you will receive. That is so damn powerful, because when you seek information about one thing, it's just going to lead you to more truth and more findings and more revelations. And you're going to be like, oh my God, everything is so connected. And then you'll go back to childhood. You're going to, it's so transformational, and it never ends. Like, you are going to go through a blissful stage. It's like you go through the dark night of the soul, then you come up to like a blissful, euphoric energy, right? Where I feel like God, the universe, takes you up into higher dimensions, probably 5D. And then you, unfortunately, because we're on this plane, we come back down to relay the messages, to share what we know, to enlighten others, and to also enlighten ourselves and help ourselves. And then you remain peaceful, because when you're vibrating down here at such a high vibrational level, like I probably was vibrating on that type of level for like 6 months, and I was so ascended that I wasn't here. I was here, but I wasn't here, if that makes sense. My soul, my spirit was in the 5th dimension. Like, everything I was speaking, it was like another language. I didn't want to, I found myself, mundane tasks had no worth to me. I was just seeking and finding and seeking and finding, and you go down a rabbit hole of all this beautiful information and everything being connected, and you're just like, it's like a high, it's like a euphoric feeling where you're just being led, and you follow because you're in touch with your highest self. For so many years I had been seeking, and what I was seeking was also seeking me as well. It took me a long time to really find it. It took me a long time. There were years that went by that were silent. At least I felt it was silent. But I've always been guided. You're always being guided. It's just a matter of divine timing, tapping into it when you're supposed to tap into it, knowing the universal law and how it operates. It's truly beautiful. Truly beautiful. And I really gotta circle back to that 5 thing, because he was talking about it, I've talked about it, and I don't like that I couldn't think of all the elements, because I know in witchcraft they use a 5-pointed star to represent all the elements: earth, air, fire, water. What am I missing? That's all the elements, right? My baby just kicked. That is all the elements: earth, air, fire, water. So I had to been talking about the spirit. Yeah, the spirit. That's what I was saying. Yeah, it is the spirit. Okay. Thank you. But yeah. And something that I just channeled. Also, like, you ever notice when you get stuck on something and you can't remember, you look up, or like you look to the side or look over, like, what is it? What you think you looking at? What you think you looking up for? That's something to marinate on and really think about and get your mind spinning. I'm gonna leave it on that note. Please like, share, and subscribe, okay? I don't know what I'm going to channel, or I don't know what I'm going to title this video, so that you all will really click on this shit and not play. Because I noticed there's a certain algorithm with titles and shit. So I'm going to make sure I title it something good. That way y'all will click on this video, because y'all need to watch this video. So I have lapis lazuli right here on my third eye. I have labradorite on my, this is really beautiful. You can't really see it, but labradorite on my heart chakra. And then I have, where is it? Oh, it's not on here. Where is it? It must have fell off. I did have citrine on my solar plexus. Where the hell did it go? Oh, I lost the damn crystal, y'all. I don't know where it went, but I don't know. But something was just like, you need to recharge. You need some Reiki in your life. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here. Be kind to your mind, okay? And this is just one of many. I know I was kind of all over the place, but I want to spill some real, true, ethereal knowledge for my channel, okay? All of my people on here who want to raise their consciousness, okay? That was one of the main reasons I started this channel, okay? So, sending love and light to all of you, gods and goddesses, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.